Business is hard. We all have problems. This is my biggest problem this week. Alright guys, you know the drill. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notifications of new videos as soon as they come out. So, like I always say, one of my favorite videos to make, and the biggest problem this week is, it's a crazy problem. You know, I thought it was a whole different problem actually at first, but not ever changing a customer's price because you just love them, and maybe not because you're even afraid of losing them. They were just an original customer, and you just never changed anything because you really liked them, and you wanted them to stick around and always be happy. So that's the biggest problem, just really never changing anything on this existing customer. And guys, this can apply so much to everything because there's so many just old customers you have that you're afraid to raise the rates on or afraid to make changes on. And this is how this is going to apply. So a problem presented itself in our business where we had a customer, we did a fall cleanup, and she was super unhappy. She's been a customer forever. And kind of the initial thing that she mentioned is she said, "Jacob, this would have never been this way when you were out in the field. You know, this would not have been the quality you've accepted." And what was really weird about this is you're going to see some smoke. I'm doing some speaker testing, so if you hear a little bit and see a little bit, there's a big fire getting cleared over here. But what was weird about this is I haven't done a fall cleanup out in the field with the guys for like 3 years. And we've done hers every year: fall cleanup, spring cleanup, mulching, fertilizing, lawn care, every service we do for her. And there was never a problem. You know, everything always seemed to be good. Really, even one of the guys that always does this house did it this year. Like, she knew that the same guy was there. And anyway, there was some little issues, some little problems, this and that are totally easy to solve. But it's what the really funny thing is I dug down and initially being kind of upset about the situation and not really thinking, you know, I thought it was just a customer that got upset about something a little too early. And what I realized is that wasn't the case at all. It goes back to what we were originally saying. Never raising your prices, never reevaluating. Just because it's somebody you really, really liked, I thought I was doing them a service, and I was actually doing them a disservice. So what really happened is fall cleanup price had always been locked for her. It never had an hourly cushion. It was always set at $250, and it was a really hard cleanup. And I kind of ate it because we did everything else for her. I mean, I'm sure we made it up somewhere else, or it just really didn't matter. I just really liked the people, and I just been doing this forever. And so what happened from there is our prices raised over the past 4 years. You know, there was a time where doing cleanups, we charged $40 a man hour for doing cleanups, and now we charge $55 a man hour. So on the budgeted time, the guys go from having a fair amount of time back in the day to now they have almost no time. And I realized as I talked to her, and I had like an hour-long conversation with her because I care about our customers. I care about what's going on, and I bend over backwards to make sure a customer's happy. And what I realized is I was kind of telling her about, business has been more expensive. You know, we're in a commercial shop now. You know, we're doing all this stuff to make our business better for our employees and our customers, and a lot of things have changed, and it's really changed our price rates even on maintenance stuff. And so we started talking, and I said, you know, I know what the guys were doing is they know we want to do the best job we can for you. They know we've worked for you forever. Most of these guys that are doing cleanup and landscaping maybe back in the day used to mow your lawn, and they show up and they see the budgeted time in your cleanup, and they just hit it as fast as they can. And I'm not even going to talk about the complaints. The complaints were stuff that we could have fixed, but we should have probably done better on. But they hit it as fast as they can, knowing that, hey, we got to do as good as we can, as quick as we can, because we're going in and losing. If you look at the budgeted time, they know we're going in and losing. And I told her about what it did to the budgeted time, you know, that there was like 4 man hours on it. And she said, oh my gosh, so when you bring 4 or 5 guys here, does that mean that they've only got like an hour? I said, yeah, that's exactly what that means. And I know the guys are just trying to do the best they can, but they're trying to get through it and do everything as efficient as possible. Because there were a couple things that got done that we were looking at it like it was easier and more efficient that way, but she would have rather it been done a less efficient way that maybe kind of changed the job a little. And so we talk, and I said, let me ask this. Can we just reevaluate your whole account? Go to an hourly pricing structure, go to our new current rates, and then put in special notes about your account. And she said, yes. I just never even thought to really ask or change anything because I didn't care. And in that not caring and in that trying to like leave it the same for an old customer, I did her a disservice that actually, ended up upsetting her. And it was all my fault. It was all my fault that I never reevaluated it. I never changed the notes. I never updated it to the current rates so we could do the same service we do for everybody else. I kind of just let a sleeping horse lie, I guess. And what this did was this upset someone. It gave them a service that they weren't exactly happy with, and it taught me a huge lesson that there's no, in thinking you're doing something nice for somebody, you could actually be doing the wrong thing. You could be giving them a disservice. You could be cutting, I wasn't just doing her a disservice, I was doing our business a disservice. And me thinking to leave it is just, it's so absurd. And it was such a great learning point to see. And now that that's going to be changed, I mean, there was questions, and I answered a lot of questions for her because she's been with our business forever, and it's crazy to see things change. She made mention of, the Mo guys, I'm always seeing a new face. And I kind of told her, and this is what people also need to be educated about what's going on with your business. I also told her that, yes, you are seeing new faces. Mowing crew leader is the lowest crew leader position there is. So when we have an awesome guy, and unfortunately this is how it is, when we have an awesome guy out there mowing your lawn that you see week in and week out, what happens is the only way to give him a raise and get him closer to having a better career is to get him out of that position. I'm sorry I never mentioned that to you before. So there's a lot of different little education things that people don't realize. So these people, that have been with you forever, they need to know what's changing in your business. No matter how much you email market or market your changes, not everybody catches that. So when there's a problem, talk through it with a person. Tell them the differences. Tell them the things that are changing. Tell them about the price increases. Tell them why. There's a value that goes behind it. Tell them why you got a big office staff you're paying for. You're paying for health insurance. You're paying for benefits. You're trying to create a career. You're not just trying to create another $10 an hour worker guy out there for the rest of his life that you're gonna use and you're gonna burn, and then he's gonna be gone. You want these people to be around forever. Explain all this stuff to him. And I said, hey, this is my fault. I never reevaluated this. I never did any price changes for you. Kind of in just wanting to leave things the same for you because I love you. And, now I see I did something wrong to everybody. So I hope you guys can get something from this story. I hope this story has really showed you what, like, just leaving things be, how that can even be wrong sometimes, and how it can be a disservice not just for your customer, but you as well. Leave a comment below if you've left something and found out person would have much rather paid more or changed up the service just to have it a different way, a way that they expected it, that neither of you knew was possible, that a small change kind of fixed. Leave a comment about that situation below. Leave a comment if you had a situation similar to this and how you've handled it. Leave a comment if you're not raising prices just because you're scared to not raise prices. Leave that in the comments below. I'd love to hear all of your guys' feedback. As always, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and my favorite, YouTube. It was great spending time with you this Sunday. Guys, I love this series, and going into such a great time. It's the holiday season. Hope everyone has a great holiday. Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. You take some time for yourself, and I'll be seeing you soon.